Hey guys, it's another MC Slot diecast review, and this is of Lewis Hamilton's McLaren Mercedes MP4-25. Now this is a very special car because it's a limited edition one. You can already see one of the major differences on it to start with, but the main reason why is because this is his Canadian GP qualifying car, which he got his only pole of the 2010 season. Now that does sound quite weird that Hamilton would only get one pole, but he did actually in fact get two victories in the season, and he won back-to-back races in Turkey, which was the round before, and then he won Canada, which was from pole. So Lewis Hamilton only scored the one pole in the whole season. It was a very competitive season. I think if you remember back to 2010, it was when there was 5 people that could have possibly have won the championship, I believe, in the last 2 rounds. Jenson Button was 5th out of all those, and he fell at the last hurdle in Brazil, I believe it was, which was the penultimate round, where he didn't score enough points. He had 49 points behind the current leader, and he had to obviously win the next 2 and then not score any points for him to win the championship, but he was outscored by the leader and ended up not winning. I believe Alonso was the leader, because no, Vettel was the leader. No, it wasn't Vettel, sorry, because Vettel never led a race. It was Alonso that had led the race, so led the championship, and he obviously outscored Button, meaning that Button can win the championship from Abu Dhabi. So it went down to 4 people possibly winning the championship. Lewis Hamilton was one of them, Sebastian Vettel, Mark Webber and Alonso. Alonso there was a bit of controversy with Hockenheim, where Massa was told to get out of the way so Alonso could win the race, and nobody wanted Alonso to win that championship because he basically cheated and Ferrari got away with it. So Vettel ended up winning the championship, which was, quite good. Hamilton wasn't really in a position to win the championship. He was quite far behind, and it was actually down to Webber, Vettel, and Alonso, and then Webber had bad qualifying and all that. So it was quite an eventful season, with 5 people obviously going into the championship, possibly winning it. I think it was one of the record-breaking days where the most people that had ever tuned in had watched it or something, the final at Abu Dhabi. And Hamilton, obviously, I think he finished 2nd or 3rd in the season, but he beat Jenson. I know he definitely beat Jenson in that championship. In the end, Hamilton scored 240 points with only 2 victories, which is still pretty good. And Jenson Button only scored 214 points. Well, I say only. He scored 214 points, and he also won 2 races. And he won the 2nd and 4th race, and one of them I believe was China. I think it was Bahrain. So Jenson Button, I think, won Australia and China. And the whole team scored 454, and the only team that beat them in the constructors was Red Bull. So Mercedes finished 2nd in the constructors that year. So in 2011 they were number 3 and 4. Or they weren't actually, they were 5 and 6, I believe. No, they were 3 and 4, sorry. So that's how the point score thing works. So the product code for this car is 530104322, and it's limited edition to 2040 pieces. So again, Minichamps do a random number. They do a big number like 2000, and they stick a extra 40 on for some reason. I don't know why they do that. If anyone knows the reason why they do sort of random numbers like that, then you can let me know in the comments below. So this car has 59 parts with 115 decorations, 33 master sprays, 12 tampo prints, 45 decals, and 25 free sprays. So that's quite a lot of different parts and different sprays and everything that they've had done to it. It's pretty standard actually, because if you look at Michael Schumacher's one that I just reviewed, it's 34 master sprays, 11 tampo prints, 53 decals, and 19 free sprays. So the numbers are sort of similar, but they're not exactly the same. So each car is actually an individual as well. I'd just like to move on to the box as well, just to sort of show you something. This is the box. And because obviously Hamilton's sitting up in it, he has to have a slightly taller box. So if I compare it to the Michael Schumacher box, there we are. is quite a height difference, about 2 inches I'd say. So there is a bit of a height difference on that. Obviously the reason why they did this car is because it was Hamilton's only pole of the season, so it's quite interesting. If I just have a quick look closer to the inside, there's not a lot of detail on the inside of the cockpit. It might be because Hamilton's, or the way it was all done was on the side Hamilton's sitting on, but I can't really see much detail. However, there is a badge on his Mercedes wheel, so they do obviously take a lot of time and effort when detailing these cars, even to the extent where it says left and right on the tyres as well, and the Bridgestone ones and everything. So all in all, I like this car. It's a very good car. If you're a McLaren fan and if you've got the money, especially if you're a Hamilton fan, it might be worth doing it just because it was Hamilton's only podium that season. They wouldn't have made it for no reason. And one final point that I forgot to mention, this car does also have the detailing of the notorious F-duct as well. So they really do go all out. The F-duct was basically called the F-duct because it was on the F of the Vodafones, and it was a aero part which wasn't movable because it was covered by the driver's hand. So, you know, it's very interesting as well if you think about it that way, the development and the thought that goes into making these cars as well. So back obviously to the car, I think it's very good. Definitely worth having a look at online, see if you can find it anywhere. Don't forget to check out MC Slots, he's got some. And also don't forget to sort of have a look and see what other Lewis Hamilton models there are, because they do, I think they've done pretty much every single Hamilton model there is to do, and they've done show cars, and they've even done more limited editions of Hamilton as well. So as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give this video a comment and a like. Any suggestions on the videos, I'd like to hear from you. Any suggestions of cars you'd like to see, or even models you'd like to see, give us a message. And don't forget to subscribe, it would mean a lot. And also don't forget to check out the D More Slot Reviews channel as well.